Club ladies basketball luncheons, and we certainly appreciate everybody tuning in. And we're going to start off here with Nick's Eagles head girls basketball coach Jennifer Perryman. Coach Perryman, thanks for coming today.
Hey, thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about the Lady Eagles. I know you had a game last night, but what's the season been like so far? And
We're 3-0 right now. We're getting ready to go into a gauntlet of games. We're going to head to Grain Valley on Friday and Lee Summit West on Saturday. And then we're going to head to Nashville next weekend and play one of the insider exposure events. And so other than getting a little film on some of the teams we're playing, we're not really sure what we're walking into, but we're excited about it. And we're going to come back and we're going to end with West Plains before we take a week off before the pink and white. So we have played three really, really good programs and had what I think are three really quality wins. We started off with Battle, and Dustin Young has them clicking on all cylinders. I mean, he has really turned that program around, and they are highly competitive. And then last week we beat Springfield Harbor, which came up to see us the first time we've ever played them. And they're very well coached. They've got some incredible athletes, a couple D1 kids, a couple D2 kids. And then last night we played Marshfield, who's got one of the best juniors around. They are extremely well coached with Katie Pritchard running that program. So I think we've had three really, really quality wins so far, and which is good to see in such a young team that we have.
outstanding. What did you have to replace from last year that you lost to graduation?
We replaced about 85% of our scoring. So it's we had three really good seniors, and they're off having very successful college careers. Allie and Macy are starting and playing a lot of minutes and leading the scoring up at Rockhurst, and Ree is getting to see the floor and contributing to for Drury, which is huge. So we just had that experience, and obviously with those three scorers on the floor, it allows Nora a little bit more breathing room. So she was able to score, kind of at will last year, but this year she's seeing a lot of different defenses and some double teams and some people guarding her, and she's still putting up points. So we are looking to replace that scoring, but I think we are doing it with a lot more pieces. I think we're extremely coachable this year. I think our defense is going to end up at some point, hopefully even being a little bit better. So we were able to focus on some of the things we needed to work on, like we're trying to cut down turnovers, we're trying to get some of those kids some valuable varsity minutes, and I think each game we're taking a step further in the right direction.
Very good. Coach, I appreciate you coming by here at Pizza Ranch for the Ladies Tip-Off Club. And for the other end of that Marshfield Next game from last night, Marshfield Lady Jays head coach Katie Pritchard. Katie, thanks so much for coming, Coach.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about your season up to this point.
So far, we're 4-2 on the season. We went to Rolla to start out the season, played a really good Rolla team. I know they lost quite a few kids last year, but had a really good transfer come in and return some pieces. And Charlie's doing a good job down there. We lost by 9 there, and then we played Clever after that, and were able to get the win there, and then went to the Morrisville tournament. We started out with New Covenant, and then played Lamar, and then played Walnut Grove in the championship. And anytime we play Walnut Grove, Rory's one of the best coaches in the area. They've always got pieces, a winning tradition, and it's always a battle. And they've got a couple really good players on there, and we were able to get that win and win the championship there. And then last night we went to Nixa, who's obviously one of the best teams in the area. Really well coached by Coach Perryman. A lot of really good athletes. I know she lost a lot of pieces last year, but they've got some really good ones again this year. So we went in there, we battled, we lost, but we felt like it was kind of a measuring stick for us to see how we go out there and how we compete, and we're really excited to have that matchup.
Tell us a little bit about your kids that you have coming back and what you had to replace.
We returned 4 starters and the majority of our players, and we lost a senior last year. We played some spare minutes for us, but did some nice things for us. We feel really good about what we have coming back. We're mainly juniors. We've got a couple juniors in Abby McBride and Lauren Lubert, who we feel like are 2 really good players and capable of scoring from anywhere and really good defensively. And then we've got a freshman that stepped in the starting lineup, Quinn Aldridge, whose upside is huge, but is still kind of learning the ropes at the varsity level. So we're kind of excited to see where she gets to by the end of the year.
Outstanding. Coach, thanks so much for your time today. Thanks for coming up.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Now going to Fairgrove. Head coach Jenny Talbert is here, not unfamiliar to the Scoreboard Guy Network either. But Jenny, tell us a little bit about your season up to this point.
We're currently 4-1. We started off last week with the Fairgrove tournament. We played Clever in the first round, beat them, and then we played Lebanon in the semis. We're down at half by about 8 points at halftime against Lebanon, and then had a really good third quarter, and ended up beating them. I think it was like 54-43. I think we beat them by 11. And then we played West Plains for the championship on Friday, and it was a really good battle. We played really well in the first and the third quarter. Unfortunately, they played really well in the second and the fourth, and so we ended up losing by 10, but I think it was about a 5-point game with about 3 to go, and we had to kind of do the foul method, and they made their free throws, and we came up empty on the other end. So it was a good test for our kids early in the season against a really good team. They have some outstanding players, they're well coached, have a good program. So I told our girls, obviously we wanted to win that tournament, but not to be discouraged, because it's good to go play teams like that early in the year. You learn a lot of what you can work on. It shows your weaknesses. And then we've already had 2 games this week. We played Monday. We played at Mansfield, which going into it, I knew a little bit about them. I know they have a guard who's really good, who's getting some good college looks, and then they had a big post. And we went down there and played really well. I think we kind of let out some of our frustrations for maybe the stuff we didn't do right against West Plains, and played really well, played the tempo we wanted to play, and got a really big win on Monday. And then last night played Miller at home, and we ended up beating them 53-31. But it was a good game. We had a big run in the third quarter, and that kind of pushed our lead in our favor. But we didn't shoot the ball very well last night. I don't know if our legs were heavy or what after all these games they've played, but they played really good defense, and so that was good to see. Some of the stuff that we struggled with against West Plains, like talking on screens and working together, being a good team, defensive team, we did it last night better. So we just got to keep taking steps forward, and we play tomorrow at home against Forsyth, and then we don't play again until next Thursday. So we'll have a few days of practice, which I'm anxious to have a few days of practice.
Tell us a little bit about what you've got coming back and what you had to replace.
So I have 10 kids back from last year. So pretty much everyone that played last year, they're back this year. So girls that have started, I've had, I think, 3 different starting lineups already in 5 games. So we're lucky to have some depth, and it's been really nice because we like to play up tempo. We like to go fast. We like to press and get after it. So that's been good to know that we have kids on the bench ready to go, fresh legs when we need them. So we have a lot of pieces back. Some of them are pretty young still, but they played a lot as freshmen, so we don't even call them young anymore. They've played a year varsity. They're learning that there's no excuses this year, like you're a sophomore, so get ready to go. And then we have one senior, Cameron Green, who started off the season really well. She's had some big games for us, scoring wise, but also her defense has improved a ton, and she's a load in the lane on both ends of the floor. So we're just, we're pleased with where we're at right now, but know that we can continue to get better.
I will tell you that I get the best score updates from Fairgrove girls basketball than any other team in the country.
He knows how to tweet, and he's dangerous. He's dangerous, but
yeah,
yes.
It is. It's a lot of fun to wake up in the morning and just go through that and say, oh man, I missed that last night. I got to get to it. I don't want him to stop.
No, he'll keep doing it. He will. He will.
Coach, thanks so much.
Thank you.
From local colleges, you know, you're getting old when kids that you cover now are head college basketball coaches. But Maddie Walsh from BBC and Coach Walsh, tell us a little bit about your first year and the programs.
Yeah, so, you know, it's been a whirlwind. I was hired in August, and so we kind of hit the ground running as soon as I walked in the door. When I came in, we had 5 returners, and then they had already brought in a total of 13 players total. And so, yeah, from the beginning, like I said, we were responding to adversity. They had to learn to adapt to my style of coaching, and they had a 8-person deep roster last year, and we played more of a slow grind 2-3 zone type of defense. And then offensively, it was much different. I like to push the tempo, so we changed that culture here from the beginning. We're now playing man-to-man defense, and then, you know, every game is different, so of course we throw in zones here and there, but we've changed our mentality from sitting back in a zone to having full court pressure because we have a lot of great guards on our team. So we started off the season with that change and played Haskell Indian Nations University our first game, and that was a team last year that they lost to by 30, and in the first game of the season we lost to them by 3. Second game of the season we played against Baker University. Last year they lost by 50, this year we lost by 10. So we've made huge leaps and bounds. Our record right now is 4-8, and we have 3 games left until the end of this first semester. So we have 2 exhibitions, one tonight against Maryville University. We have Saturday, we're at Central Baptist in Conway, Arkansas, which is a team that we lost to by 9 earlier this season. And we're excited. We're itching for that game because it's an NAIA, so we're playing up, and we're more than capable of accomplishing that win. And then our last game of this semester will be at University of Arkansas, Monticello, another exhibition.
All right, very good. And for folks that maybe want to look at your schedule, where can they find your schedule? Is it online or?
Yeah, our schedule is online. It's at gopatriotathletics.com.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Wallace, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
You bet. It's been the first ever Springfield area women's ladies tip-off club here at the Pizza Ranch. We're certainly glad you tuned in. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life.